In the spirit of talking about insurance or coverages, like I just did in the last video, that who knows when that will go up or if it will go up, because sometimes I just make videos and decide to scrap them. Anyway, in the spirit of talking about coverages and insurance, I wanted to talk to you about rental car coverage and insurance, because this is a big one. At work, at rental car companies, as an agent, you are trained to not talk about insurance or coverages, not inform people of what they have in coverages. Well, I'm not on the clock and I'm a free speaking human being, so I can tell you here on YouTube. Most car insurance companies do cover rental vehicles. It does extend to the rental. Your liability coverage covers your liability of the rental vehicle. If you damage the rental vehicle, then we can contact your insurance and file a claim and get reimbursed by them because you damaged the vehicle. You'd still be responsible for your deductible, which usually is somewhere between $500 and $1,000, but that's something we charge your card directly because we know that's what the deductible is. Most people aren't aware that their personal insurance would cover a rental vehicle, and in some rare cases, some insurance companies do not extend to the rental vehicle, and in that case, you could be left liable for it. There are coverages like credit cards that say, oh, don't take the rental coverage and just use your credit card. We'll cover any damage. In most cases, those do work, but they are sort of a headache because there's a whole lot of paperwork to go through when something like that happens. Just like with your personal insurance, there is a lot of headache and paperwork to go through when something happens. If you're ever in an accident in a rental vehicle, it's always a good idea to get a police report, even if it wasn't, a big deal. Maybe you're in a parking lot, it's not a whole lot of damage. Here's your information. Almost never do they go off of the other person's information. You are in control of the vehicle. You are responsible for the vehicle. It is your responsibility. We're not going to go after the guy who hit you in the parking lot because it's he said, she said, and we're not even a party in this fight. We just want to get the car repaired. It's going to go back on you. It will go on your insurance. Doesn't matter. So the only other option out of this is to take the collision damage waiver, the rental company's coverage. It's not insurance, it's coverage. And all it is you're paying us a set amount of money, whatever we say it is, in order for us to say, don't worry about it if you wreck our car. And it's a pretty big amount daily to get that coverage. However, it is pretty useful. I have seen it in action several times where if something does happen, there's not a whole lot. You fill out a damage report or an incident report of what happened, and you walk away. And I guess if it happened multiple times and they felt like you were doing it on purpose, you may get more trouble out of it. But, that one-off something happened, it's not a big deal, and you walk away. Sure, you paid a good price to have it, and if you didn't need it, you still have to pay that big price to have it. So it's not really worth it in that sense. But to avoid the hassle, it's kind of worth it. It's up to you. How big of a headache do you want to have to deal with? If you have a very busy life and your time is money and you just don't have time for that, I'd say take the collision damage waiver and walk away. If you've got plenty of time and you want to save some money, use your own personal insurance, but I would definitely call your own personal insurance and verify they will cover an extended rental vehicle, or they would extend coverage to a rental vehicle that you are renting. And if not, all else fails, rent it on a credit card that has collision coverage. At least then you'll have some sort of coverage, and it'll be a little bit of a headache, but for the most part, as long as the bill gets paid, there's no long-term repercussion for you in that case. That's my advice on renting a car.